My name is Nate Cornish. I'm a bilingual speech and language pathologist and the current director of clinical services at Bilingual Therapies. And it's my great pleasure to take this opportunity to introduce you to Adelante. This is a new online forum sponsored by Bilingual Therapies, which we hope can be a valuable resource to our own clinicians as well as to other bilingual practitioners, parents, students, researchers, and anyone in the community who has an interest in bilingual speech and language pathology. I'd like to start off right now by sharing a little bit about who we are. Bilingual Therapies is a group of bilingual speech and language pathologists whose mission for the last 11 years has been to provide quality speech and language services to culturally and linguistically diverse families. Bilingual Therapies began here in the Chicago area, but attracted speech and language pathologists from around the country. Currently, our network of bilingual SLPs reaches from Boston to San Diego. So there are a number of different ways that Bilingual Therapies has tried to accomplish all of this, including providing educational opportunities from researchers and experienced practitioners in the field. One example of this is our annual Bilingual Symposium, which has been held every summer since 2001. This conference provides ASHA continuing education units in subjects that are relevant to bilingual speech and language practitioners. I'm very happy to announce our symposium for July 2008, which will take place at the beautiful Hilton Los Cabos Beach and Golf Resort in Los Cabos, Mexico. But even more than location, which, believe me, on cold days in January in Chicago is not unappealing, I'm even more excited to let you know about the topics that will be covered there. These topics include interaction and bilingual language acquisition, bilingual language sampling and analysis, meeting the needs of autistic children from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds, the dynamics of assessing and treating bilinguals with childhood apraxia of speech, and language use among Spanish-speaking families with deaf and hard-of-hearing children. Now, all of these topics are very timely issues being faced by bilingual clinicians, and some of them are only beginning to be looked at in the literature and research that is available. So we're all very excited to have speakers who have agreed to show us how to best address these issues in our practice. This great event. You will be able to find more information at bilingualtherapies.com, including the cost of attending, the full schedule, and a registration form, all of which will become available in the very near future. Another example of education that Bilingual Therapies has tried to make available is a feature that has been a part of our website since 1999, when Dr. Hortensia, or Hart, Kaiser from St. Louis University began sharing some of her knowledge through her monthly column titled From the Heart. Around 4 years later, the baton was passed on to Dr. Henriette Langdon from San Jose State University, who has faithfully written her column titled ¿Qué tal? For the last 3 years. Both Dr. Kaiser and Dr. Langdon have shared a wonderfully wide variety of their thoughts and experiences, dealing with everything from bilingual literacy and assessment, providing detailed activities to maintain the progress of our children over the summer months, ideas for monolingual clinicians, collaborating with bilingual psychologists, supervising bilingual graduate students, and even some thoughts on how to help our bilingual language-impaired children to deal with contemporary issues in our society. So you can still find each of these articles archived at bilingualtherapies.com. I think I speak for everyone associated with Bilingual Therapies and for the guests who have visited our website when I say how much we appreciate their efforts. And it's been sad to say goodbye to their regular contributions, although I'm very hopeful that we will still get to hear from them at future symposia and at other projects that we undertake. Right now I'd like to talk a little bit about this new Adelante forum, which we hope will be a progressive step in being able to provide information to you. As a bilingual speech-language pathologist myself, one of the best resources that I've had are the other clinicians with whom I've practiced. Being able to bounce some of my thoughts off of other speech pathologists or getting ideas from people who are in the trenches there with me also helped me to improve my knowledge and skill base. Often, however, I found that my access to others was limited by location and time constraints. In my own experience as a clinician, and in listening to the thoughts of other people, it seemed that so many of us could benefit from some type of forum that could conveniently bring SLPs from across the country together to be able to talk to each other and learn from each other. So those were the thoughts behind this new forum, Adelante. So each month, Adelante will feature a short video like the one you're viewing here. These videos will be prepared by one of our rotating panel of experts and will introduce a new topic of discussion every month. This panel currently includes Dr. Brian Goldstein, an ASHA Fellow and an Associate Professor at Temple University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dr. Goldstein has served on the editorial board of various ASHA journals and was recently awarded the ASHA Certificate for Special Contributions in Multicultural Affairs. Dr. Goldstein is well published in the area of communication development and disorders in Latino children, focusing on phonological development of monolingual Spanish and Spanish-English bilingual children. We're also pleased to hear from our very own Sofia Carias, who is a practicing bilingual speech and language clinician. Sofia has been with Bilingual Therapies for 4.5 years, and she brings with her a wealth of knowledge and experience, having previously worked in the Los Angeles Unified School District in California and currently serving school children in the state of Wisconsin. We also have with us Dr. Leah Fabiano, who is currently a postdoctoral fellow at the Center for Research in Language in San Diego, California, and soon to be an associate professor. Dr. Fabiano's research interests include phonological representation, development, and disorders in bilingual children. Adelante will also regularly feature guest facilitators who can speak to us about a given topic. Each facilitator will present some brief information about what we know regarding each topic and then open it up for group discussion. So this is where you come in. We invite you to post your comments to the website. You can use this chance to ask questions, to respond to questions posed by other users, or just to share your knowledge and experience in the subject matter. The facilitator for the month will also be available to interact with users and to really help guide that discussion. We also want your help in finding new topics to discuss. The website will include a topic suggestion box where you can put all of your burning questions to be considered by our facilitators. And I really encourage you to use this feature because the chances are that if there's an issue that you're facing, there are probably a lot of other SLPs out there trying to figure it out as well. I want to talk a little bit now about why we chose the term Adelante. Because most of the resources and research that we have available are focused on Spanish-speaking children here in the United States, we chose the Spanish word Adelante, which means forward. This term has a couple of different meanings that we hope will be reflected in this new form. One of these meanings is that the area of bilingual speech-language pathology continues to evolve to meet the needs of the dynamic population that we serve here in the United States. To quote Dr. Kaiser from her last edition of the From the Heart column, she said, "There's still so much to learn, there's still so much to do. Don't get too comfortable." Bilingual Therapies is continually growing and changing to meet the needs of the therapists and ultimately of the children that we serve. So we are excited about this movement, hacia adelante, or forward. Another meaning that this might have for current and past Bilingual Therapies clinicians is that it may make us think of the title of a newsletter column written by our founder, John Consalvi. John's Adelante served to keep us informed, encouraged, and to keep a sense of community among us. And I'm hopeful that this new Adelante can do the same. Finally, it reminds me of a familiar greeting that I became accustomed to while living in Latin America. When invited into someone's home, you may often be told, "Adelante," or "Please come in." And in that same spirit, we welcome everyone who is interested in contributing to and learning more about bilingual speech-language pathology. We're all excited to hear what you have to say. I want to thank you for being a part of this new Bilingual Therapies Adelante forum. From every one of us here at Bilingual Therapies, however you may say it, que tenga un feliz año nuevo and have a happy new year. Thank you.